Welcome to the Squid Game recap. Gi-hun, a poor gambling man that is in debt, finally wins big, but once the loan sharks spot him, he runs. Bumping into a girl, he finds that she had pickpocketed him. The loan sharks will give him a few weeks to pay up, or they will have to sell his eye and kidney. Without any money, he takes his daughter out to eat rice cakes, which she doesn't mind because she only gets to spend a few hours with him every week. He learns that his ex-wife is taking her to America with a new husband. Heartbroken, he waits for his train home. A recruiter approaches him with the idea of making money through playing Dokji, a children's game where you throw a folded square and try to flip over the opponent's paper. After losing and admitting that he doesn't have any money to pay up, the recruiter assaults him, the payment for the loss. After getting slapped multiple times, Gi-hun finally wins. For an opportunity at more money, he gives Gi-hun a business card, telling him to give it a call if he wants to make more money. Living at home with only his elderly mother, he decides to give the business card a call, and he accepts to participate in the game. Meeting at the predetermined location, he is picked up in a van and knocked out by the mist. Waking up in a room lined with bunk beds and green tracksuits, all the players have a number from 1 to 456. Gi-hun is number 456. He notices some familiar faces: Sang-wook, a childhood friend, and Sae-byeok, the pickpocketer. The games are run by masked men, namely the frontman, the head of the entire operation. Squares are the managers that oversee the masked men. Triangles are the foot soldiers that keep the contestants in line. Circles go through most of the labor. Each game they play, the contestants will be eliminated, and the person that wins all 6 games will win a handsome prize. After signing all their lives away, they begin the first game, red light, green light. A simple premise: when the young Hee-do looks away, it is green light and they can move forward. But if it is red light and the contestants are caught moving, they will be eliminated. As the rush begins, they realize that elimination means that they will be killed. Majority of the players try to flee back to the locked green doors. Most of them are sadly gunned down. Gi-hun manages to make it near the end, until he slips. Ali Abdul saves him, and together they cross the finish line. Only 201 people have survived, with each person eliminated equating to 100 million Korean won. The bank sits at 25.5 billion won. They are given a vote to continue or to allow the contestants to leave, a dead even score, until number 1 presses to leave. Back in society, Gi-hun tries to report this insane organization to the police, killing people for entertainment. They jokingly don't believe him, but Jun-ho overhears this. He's been searching for his missing brother, In-ho, for years. Gi-hun discovers that his mother is in need of money for surgery, and knowing that they are all desperate for money, another business card shows up to his house, and he accepts to rejoin the games. Drugged and transported back to the games, only 187 people have returned. They are told to pick between a circle, triangle, star, and umbrella. The next childhood game is Delgana, a crispy disc with symbols that contestants have to break out of without damaging the symbol. Unluckily, Gi-hun picks the umbrella, the hardest one. They pick at the disc and lick the behind to extract the shapes. Gi-hun manages to make it through in the nick of time. As the game ends, a contestant manages to gain control of a gun, forcing a square to remove his mask. The frontman goes forth and murders them both, because one of their rules is to never remove the mask, and the circles continue on to remove the dead bodies. With only 108 players left, the bank moves up to 35 billion won, and a shortage of rations causes a fight to break out, where Doc beats a man to death. But the guards only stand and watch this time, establishing the idea that they can remove contestants and add more money to the pot. Breaking off into alliances, where locked and flashing lights on, fights break out throughout the arena. Roughly 27 people are killed during the night. For the next game, they are made to form groups of 10. Group 4 is comprised of Ali, Sang-woo, Sae-byeok, Ji-young, Ji-hun, Mi-neo, and Player 1. With 8 teams, they are forced to face off in tug of war, where the losing team will fall to their deaths. Paired up against stronger opponents, they plan to lean back and hold the opponents until they give the signal, where they will take 2 steps forward and pull the opposing team off. With only 40 people left, Ji-hun convinces Dek-soo to stop causing trouble by making him question if he can trust the people he sleeps around. The old man, or number 1, is starting to show signs of dementia, and with a latent brain tumor, he is going to use the money for surgery. Byung-ji, a doctor, sneaks off at night. He sneaks off to help remove organs for the masked men to sell. In return, they inform him of the upcoming games, but this time, they don't even know what it is. Furious, he kills one of them and flees. The frontman finds out, and even though he doesn't care that the masked men are selling organs, he cares that the games aren't equal and fair, so he kills them all. Waking up, the contestants are propelled into the next game. Pairing up, the pair has to agree to a fair game, where whomever collects all 20 marbles will proceed, the other will be eliminated. Sang-woo manipulates Ali and tricks him into carrying a bag of rocks. Ji-young sacrificed herself so that Sae-byeok can take care of her little brother when she wins. Even though Gi-hun has been nice to player 1, his dementia starts to show signs, and Gi-hun uses this to win. Player 1 thanks Gi-hun for playing with him in his last moments and gives him the last marble, and because the doctor was killed, Neo got a free pass into the next game. The second last game, they are made to choose a number between 1 and 16, which is the order they will be crossing the glass bridge in. A simple game where you pick from 2 glass panels, one can support up to 2 players and the other shatters instantly. Outside the glass bridge, VIPs arrive to watch this spectacle. During these games, Gi-hun, the junior detective, had infiltrated the Squid Games, trailing the van and sneaking in as a masked man. He gained access to files and figured out that the Squid Games had been going on for decades, and his brother was 2015 Squid Game winner. After becoming a waiter for the VIPs, one of them found him attractive, and as billionaires they got whatever they want. Taken to a back room, Gi-hun interrogates him before killing him. Chased off the island by the frontman is revealed to be his long lost brother, In-ho. Given the choice of joining him in the Squid Game operation and stopping this investigation, he declines, and In-ho is forced to shoot his own brother, and Gi-hun falls off the mountain. At the glass bridge game, they slowly cross the bridge in order, until Dok-soo is next up and he forces other people to move up, or they will all die when the timer is up. Manipulated by Dok-soo in the past, Neo takes him with her. The last 3 manage to cross the bridge as the timer goes off. All the glass explodes, and a massive chunk gets lodged into Sae-byeok, and the final 3, Sae-byeok, Sang-woo, and Sun Ji-hun, are given a last supper, leaving behind a steak knife. Sae-byeok worries that she is going to pass because of the injury, and Sun Ji-hun promises to take care of her brother. He tries and pleads for help from the guards, but Sang-woo has snuck over and finished Sae-byeok off. The final 2 contenders are childhood friends. They play the prominent Squid Game. Though it has some rules, it ends up becoming a brawl with their knives. Unable to kill Sang-woo, he wants them to draw and leave together without the money. Making Sun Ji-hun promise to take care of his mother, Sang-woo commits suicide, and number 456 becomes the winner of Squid Game and 45.6 billion Korean won. Taken back to his place of residence in the slums, he finds that 45 billion won has been added to his account, but the sole purpose he did it is gone. His mother passed away alone and had been rotting in their house for weeks. Over a year passes. Riddled with guilt, Sun Ji-hun hasn't touched the money. Receiving a note to meet with the person and the Squid Game symbol on the back, he takes the elevator to find player number 1 still alive. Il-nam was the figure behind the entire operation, running it behind the scenes and controlling the frontman. The VIPs were his rich clients that had nothing fun to watch and bet on. As he does in fact have a brain tumor, he wanted to emulate the childhood games he played when he was carefree, and the death aspect was to make it feel as intense as it was when they were children. Questioning Il-nam more about Squid Games, he passed it before being able to answer any deeper questions. Dyeing his hair red, he places Sae-byeok's brother under Sang-woo's mother's care and giving them a part of the winning, theorized to be 10 billion won or up to 2/3 of the winning. Sun Ji-hun decides to take back his life and go to the US to be with his daughter until he hears the slapping in the distance, another desperate man being recruited to the Squid Games. Failing to catch the recruiter, Gi-hun steals the business card and unable to get on the plane, he calls the number to warn them that he is coming for them. This is where the story ends. Make sure to subscribe, and for more, watch this.